Welcome in to the Rookie Mistakes Podcast. As you can see, I added a mic to hopefully kill the dead noise that's usually in there and add a little bit of shing, shing, shing to the podcast, but we'll see. So we'll start with the Week 6 highlights and jump right into it. We started off with the Commanders versus the Bears. Yep, that beat out last Thursday's shit show of a game. The Colts versus the Broncos. That was what I thought was the worst game of the week. Boy, was I wrong. And heck, even last night's game wasn't even that great. So, that's not, whatever. Then we jumped into the old quarterbacks getting beat by the youngins. We had Rodgers losing to Zach Wilson. And Brady losing to my boy Pickett. Now, I know Pickett didn't finish the whole game, but by God, he started that win before halftime. He went out early in the third, but you know what. Then we had the Giants beating the Ravens, going 5-1 on the season. Woo woo, baby. Then we got the boy Zappy looking. He looks a little better than Mac Jones, in my opinion. I think he needs just let him stay. Just let him stay. He's killing it right now. I know it's not great matchups, but keep him in there. Then we got another close game between the Bills and the Chiefs. Wasn't that as exciting as I was hoping, but what are you gonna do? Bills come up with the dub there, and just don't watch the Broncos play. Ever. Or a Monday Night Football game. Because they all seem to be just the same dog crap. And unless you have a kicker or defense. Outside of that, not worth watching. Waste of my time. Let's jump into the Week 6. Before we get into that, also, I'd like to say that I'm shit at fantasy football, and I know it, and I'm gonna show it, and hopefully trade all of you next week. Sorry, I just wanted to try that out. Sorry about that. So Week 6 matchups. We'll start with me, of course. Trades for days versus Dookie squad. Dookie, you duked on me, because just a bad outing on me. Your squad had 154 points, with CMC getting 22 points, Ramondre Stevenson getting 25, Tyreek getting 29, Brandon Ayuk with 28, crushing me with the dub. I had Pittman with 26, not really much else on my team. And I'm probably going to be mixing it up this week. So send them if you got them. You probably won't, but I sure the hell will. So look at them. Then we'll jump into Shit in the Bed versus I had one good week. Shit in the Bed had Deion Jones, great waiver wire pickup. Who would have seen him getting 28? Then you had A.J. Brown for 17, Debo for 16, and Ertz with 14, and a win over I had one good week, who had Mahomes with 19, Travis Kelce with 19, and Kupp with 16. If you had just played Claypool in that matchup, but you win. You get the dub. But it's all... Whatever. It's all good. Then we had Sheldon Joyce versus Twisted Teas and Mac and Cheese. Oh, no, I got to do it. I got to try it. Twisted Teas and Mac and Cheese. All right, my bad. I had to try it. Sheldon had Andrews with 23. Thielen had 15. You had a win over Twisted. I don't know why that was doing that. My bad. You had a win over Twisted, who had Allen with 26, Mixon with 16, and Waddle with 16. Sheldon J with the dub. Go to Trash to Cash. Pedro versus the Jugs. Trash for Cash had Brees with 20. Juju with 22. Good week for him. Finally coming into his own. Maybe. Doubt it. He's dookie. Kittle had 16, and you had the dub over Jugs, who had Eckler with 24 and Devontae Smith with 15. Jugs getting his second loss on the season. Shelky versus Stroke Race. Shelky had Fournette with 22. Jamar Chase with 32. Great week with him. Diggs with 30. Great week there also. While wrecking Stroke Race, who had Gabe Davis for 16. And Singletary and Fort with 14. But you did have several players on the bye and that were out. So, I mean, that was just a bad week. I know that you're 0-6 now, but honestly, we're not. All of us are pretty mashed up, man. If you could just get a couple wins, you're right back in it. You just got to beat out. Only 8 teams making a playoffs. We have 12 players, so it is going to be kind of tight. You got to start making some moves, some trades, whatever you got to do, because it's going to be bad if you don't get a win pretty soon. And lastly, we had Bend Over and Take It versus All Rise. Bend Over and Take It got the dub. He had Burrow with 32, Cook with 15, Kamara with 18, Lazard with 17. And you had a win over All Rise, who had Barkley with 18, Godwin with 15. And he also has rookie mistakes of the week, because he started Michael Thomas, who happened to be out well before you needed to know that. So I had to give it to you. I'm sorry. I'd like to know why you didn't swap him out. But if you tell me, great. If you don't, well, you should just tell me. And that's all for the week 6 matchups. Jump into the best performers of the week. Quarterback Burrow with 32. The running back was Deion Jackson, waiver wire pickup of the week, with 28. You had wide receiver was Jamar Chase with 32.2. And tied in, who would have seen Mike Gesicki coming up with 24, outbeating Mark Andrews by 1. Best matchup was Trades for Days versus Dookie Squad. We had a combined point outage of 272 points. The best performing team was Shelky with 157, just beat out Dookie Squad by 3. Worst performance of the week, sorry to do this to you, but Stroke Race. I don't know which one you're going with, but I mess it up every week. He beat you. Well, you only had 86 points. Closest matchup was Sheldon Joyce versus Twisted Season Mac and Cheese. It was only an 8-point difference. Biggest beatdown was Shelky versus Stroke Race by 71 points. Apologies. Still have a slight cough there, bud. And that was the week 6 breakdown. Man, it was not that great of a week to watch, to be honest. But I'm just breaking out this little voice board. I know that, probably doesn't do a whole lot, but I was like, man, if I could fix the dead noise in the room and kind of just give a little bit of something, just kind of add to what I already have. Yes, I know it's pretty cringy, but it kind of sounds like a T-Pain song. No, I like it, and I want some more of it. No, I'm just kidding. I know I need to stop while I'm ahead. Just some things that kind of come with, it's just... I don't even know if you can hear that. I've been struggling to get all this kind of set up and going, so... we'll kind of see what's going on here. And we will see you guys next week on Rookie Mistakes Podcast. Thank you for staying around. I know it wasn't the greatest podcast, but I'm working on it. Just got this, so I know it's, you're probably wondering, what are you even doing this for? It's, I know. I just thought it'd be cool to just kind of add a microphone like a professional would. You feel me? I'm still kind of rough around the edges, but here I am, boys, sticking with it, giving it the best I got. So, We'll see you next week. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully, better week. Hopefully. At least for me. The rest of y'all can go fuck yourself.